Embarrassingly, I was not successfully potty trained until I was 5 years old. Okay, yeah, I know. And it's because I was scared. I was scared of failing. And then at 7, it was subtraction flashcards. And at 14, it was making new friends. And now at 27, it's of taking risks. Risking something to go after what I actually want. And although my fears might have changed over the years, and they might be different than the fears that you have, they all come from the same thing. We're scared of failing. But the funny thing about chasing after what you really want is that sometimes following your dreams feels like this. An incredible, exhilarating trust fall into the waters of uncertainty. And even though sometimes you walk away with a bruised tailbone, you're proud of yourself. And then sometimes following your dreams feels like this. Terrifying, confusing, and swirling with self-doubt, limiting beliefs, and fears. Lately, I've been struggling with my next steps. What do I need to do next? I can feel the big picture in my bones, but I don't know what I need to do to get myself there. I'm not at the beginning of starting, and I'm not at the end. I don't even know if there really is an end. I'm somewhere in the middle, and I'm hoping, and I'm praying, and I'm doing my best. And so I did what any person who's unsure of where their life was heading and having a mild crisis would do. I escaped and I went to Jamaica. Okay. To an airport hall. Cafe con leche. I asked for a small, they gave me medium. Not mad about it. This was $20, but I just witnessed a child throw up and a grown man sneeze all over a cash register. I hate to tell you, girl, but it didn't work. We still got sick. We can give you a room tour, even though it's messy, and I've already been living in here for a hot second. Look how cute this little bed situation is. We got another bedroom. So it's the bathroom, living room. This is the best parts. Like, are you kidding me? How can't you be happy here? Trying Jamaican snacks in Jamaica. First, we have Bigfoot. This is like a Cheeto. Got the spicy version and the cheese version. It tastes like a seasoned Cheeto.
But gosh,
Cause I hate Cheeto Puffs, and I like these. Same thing, but like a spicy Cheeto. I like this one better. Oh, good. We have True Juice, sour sop. That's delicious. We have champagne cola. That's good.
yeah, that's good.
That's good as hell.
Oh yeah.
Bun and cheese. Looks crazy, but
What's that bun and cheese?
that's the best one.
Alright, let's do this one.
That's the best one. What's your favorite?
The bun on this is bad. This is gas.
The bun?
Yeah, this is fire.
The bun is probably the best. The spicy Bigfoot's my favorite.
And the cola. And we.
But this isn't a travel vlog. I mean, yes, I could tell you about the curry shrimp that was kind of life-changing and that tiny bananas taste way better than big ones. And I could also tell you that rum punch has an insane ability to have you clapped out of your mind within 30 minutes and have no idea how you got there. But this is a story about trusting, about leaps of faith, about becoming.
Okay, back to the fears, girl. We want to hear about the fears, the juicy stuff. Can we talk about that?
Okay. My fears. Yeah, I know. My biggest fears right now are number 1 of failing. Okay. Of just sucking and failing and falling flat on my face. And number 2 of not having enough. Not having enough time, not having enough money, not having enough resources, not having enough skills, not having enough subscribers, not having enough views, like just not having enough of what I need. Lack, baby. I'm talking about lack, okay? That is my biggest fear right now, as well as failing. The thing about fears is that they will hold us back if we let them. And what we have to do is convince our bodies, convince our brains that we are safe, all right? Because girl, we are. Like, none of our fears are objective facts. They're not going to happen. They're not prescribed or premeditated like that they're gonna happen like we think they are. Snakes, right? Snakes exist and snakes can be scary and they can bite you and they can be poisonous and you can die, but we still walk outside even though snakes exist. Imagine if we never went outside because we were so scared that a snake was gonna bite us. Like, that'd be crazy, right? Well, us never doing or going after the things that we really want because we might fail at them or we might lack something or we might experience some sort of pain or suffering, that's just as crazy, but we don't think it is because majority of people in the world do not go after what they really want. I have some practical advice, some like things you can actually do that I'm doing right now to kind of help you move through the fear and convince your body, convince your brain that you're good. So let's talk about it. Number 1, EFT tapping. Girl, EFT tapping. EFT tapping really is that, girl. Like, it's emotional freedom tapping. Basically, you are tapping on specific pressure, acupressure points, meridian points in the body while you're working through something, and it helps you to process it differently. It helps you to release it differently. It helps you to kind of like let go and come out on the other side. I learned this from a therapist, okay? I'm not just talking out of my ass. I'm not just like coming up with things. Like, an actual medical therapist taught me how to do this. In case you can't afford therapy, baby, I'm gonna teach you. This is how I do it. Now, I'll have the meridian points up that you need to tap. So the EFT tapping points are first the side of the hand, like pinky side, the top of the head, crown of the head, right above your eyebrows, like on your forehead, the side of the eye near your temples, under your eye, like on your cheekbone, under your nose, like on your top lip, under your mouth, on your chin, right under your collarbones, and then underneath your armpits. You start off by saying your fear. So we'll start with a karate chop point. I know that I'm currently believing that I don't have enough resources, but I'm choosing to release this belief. I know that I'm currently believing that I don't have enough resources, but I'm choosing to release this belief. And then I kind of remind myself, like, okay, this is my old belief, this is my old feelings, old belief, and I explain how it makes me feel. I feel scared. I feel worried. I feel like I'm gonna fail. I feel like I'm not gonna be okay. I feel lack. What am I gonna do? I hate this feeling. Then I figure out what the opposite of that would be. So the resources I need always come to me in the perfect time. I am radiating and believing that the resources come to me at the perfect time. New belief, new belief, new belief. I feel free. I feel free. I feel abundant. I feel abundant. I feel lucky. I feel lucky. I feel happy. I feel happy. I feel safe. I feel safe. I feel taken care of. I feel taken care of. I feel amazing. So that's how I've been doing it for like my fears and my limiting beliefs. Overall, you can just do it whenever you're like talking about or thinking about something traumatic. So let's say I was thinking about something traumatic that I was going through, I would just talk about it and tap on the EFT points while I'm thinking about it and talking about it. And it's a good way to kind of like work through the trauma and the feelings that are stored in the body, not just the brain. To go in hand with that is undoing your limiting beliefs. So everything that I just said, my fears and then my corrected belief are all limiting beliefs. So you kind of have to figure out like what your limiting beliefs are. I sat down and I journaled with myself. I literally have the journal page right here. On one side of the page, I have my limiting beliefs, and then on the other side, I have how I reframed them. So an example of a limiting belief that I was rewriting was, I won't succeed, I'll fall and I'll fail. I ask myself, for all of the limiting beliefs, is this objectively true? It is fact 100% of the time. Is it fact 100% of the time that I'm gonna fail and fall? No. Number 2, where does this come from? I think this just comes from birth, like being scared of looking stupid, being scared of doing something wrong, being scared of not being good enough. And then, is this helping me? No, it is hurting me actively. Then we reframe it to the opposite. So instead of I won't succeed, I'll fail and I'll fall, I reframed it to my success is always assured. And now I have an affirmation that I can do every single morning. I need the stability and security of a 9-to-5 to be okay. As someone who's trying to sort of step into building a career where they only work for themselves, that's something that really scares me. Being a freelancer really scares me because it doesn't have health insurance or benefits or the stability and security that a 9-to-5 has. And this is something that I was taught at a young age by my mom. My mom is a super practical person. She had the same job for like a million years. So watching her, I was like, okay, this is how you become successful. You stay at a 9-to-5 that's practical and stable, and you work your way up and you stay there for a long time. That goes in direct opposition to what I'm trying to do with my life and where I feel called to go. So it's like this internal shift that I need to make of, no, I'll still be safe even if I'm not in a traditional 9-to-5 setting. And so in these cases, like if you believe in God, if you believe in any kind of higher power, it can also be a good thing to intertwine in your affirmation. Like mine is, God provides me all the stability and security that I need. Or I am inherently stable and secure. The universe always provides stability and security for me. I can trust. You have to word it in a way that's gonna really
talk to your brain and the way you think and you feel. Now, I have a list of affirmations that I can do every single day. I'm gonna seem insane, but I literally made a cute little cutout of all of my affirmations. I decorated it, I wrote it in beautiful handwriting, and I say it in the morning now. I listen to affirmation tracks, and I repeat these affirmations because I'm trying to tell my brain. But the biggest thing, the thing that works the most, is every time I catch my brain thinking, oh, you're just gonna fail, I remember, no. My success is assured. Every time I think, only evil people have money. No. Good people have money. Abundance is everyone's inherent birthright. Okay, and finally, regulating the nervous system. How do you regulate your nervous system? You do yoga, you do breath work, you do some kind of like physical movement, whether that's like running or a long walk. Easiest one for me is meditation. I try to meditate every single morning. I try to do some form of breathing exercise every single morning, every single night. Movement like walking or working out, something to just move my body, get me out of my head, regulate my nervous system. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Am I perfect at it? No. Honestly, I'm very mediocre at it, but I'm trying, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, what I keep telling myself is that maybe fears are important. Maybe the terrifying, confusing, self-doubt filled moments of life are what we need to feel and release in order for us to step into this new version of ourselves. Because I think every good thing that we want, every dream that's worth chasing involves a little bit of an identity shift. And shifting your identity comes with releasing the old one, which is uncomfortable. I saw a lizard molting the other day. That's us, baby. We are molting. Don't look at my nail. We're just molting. The skin is being removed. The new skin layer is coming, and that's difficult and painful. I saw a quote the other day that was like, the doors you want to open don't open until you're the version of yourselves that's ready to walk through them. This one hurt my feelings, but it's true. I'm not the version of myself that's ready to walk through the doors that I want to walk through yet. I know that. I've got some inner work to do before I can get there. Because if I were to walk through the doors of my dream life right now, I would have so much doubt and fear and confusion that I wouldn't even be able to live as them. It takes getting through the fears, the doubts, the confusion, the limiting beliefs, the feeling lost. It takes getting through that to shift into your new identity to then be able to live the life that you want to.
Because at the end of the day, the only way we ever learned how to ride a bike was through falling, and the only way we ever learned how to walk was through stumbling, and so maybe we have to stumble and fall and fail in order to succeed. Maybe failure isn't the opposite of success, but it's actually just a part of it. Welcome to Becoming, a 365-day series where we change our lives together from the inside out. What would you do today if you knew that failing at it might actually lead to your success?
Thank you for hanging out with me today. As always, video versions are on YouTube, audio versions are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I will see you next Saturday. Goodbye!